Welcome to Mullet and Chips, the fanzine for the Ilford District Churches Football League. Today's date is the 4th of February 2023 and the featured match is between Solway FC and AS Athletic. It's actually the only match that we're having over here today because this is a catch-up fixture. So we're giving all the other teams a day off, although we've got a couple of practice matches and a friendly going on as well. So that's good that they've utilised the Saturday. The weather today is a bit overcast, but the temperature is fine, ideal for football. The ground is really nice. So enough from me, let's get on with some action, shall we? We're back again after such a hard-fought match between Solway and AS Athletic, and Solway ran out winners 3-2, and it was really a game of two halves, but we will be talking about that in a moment because it's my great pleasure to invite along today as my guest Alan from AS Athletic. So welcome, Alan.
Hello.
You only got me to tune you in today. Yeah. Come on, fella.
That's not old age.
Oh, I don't know about that.
They keep saying at the hospital that they'll mend my leg and keep putting it off. So there they are.
Yeah, they've got a spare one in hand, have they? Yeah. Alan, I won't be asking you to read the result because there's only one result from today's fixtures, and it was a game of two halves, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Let me just say, as an opener, today's game was one of the best games I've seen this season. Both teams really cracking on, a lot of skills displayed, a good interpassing and some fantastic shots and near misses and so on. So tell me about your version of the match then, Alan.
Yes, you're quite right about the game of two halves. The first 10 minutes was pretty even, and then we got on top. We started using our wings well. The wingers were making breakthroughs. But at half time,
1-0 to you.
1-0, yeah. And then the second half, I think what they did, our right winger was having a very good game, and they put an extra marker on him for the second half, and he didn't operate so effectively.
Yeah.
And they scored an equaliser from a fantastic shot.
Yep.
So nothing we could do about that. Then we made two errors at the back, and they scored to make it 3-1. We scored right at the end to make it 3-2.
Yeah.
So second half we were really not very effective at all.
Yeah, you got caught out at the back there. You seemed to be a bit slow in certain areas, and that over the top ball was quite effective. But that's the beauty of football, isn't it? A little word for the managers, that you assess the game and change tactics. Alan's mentioned about putting the extra player on Ahmed, who's a very good, bright young player, changing the tactics and seeing things change. And being a game of morale, isn't it? And it can switch just like that, can't it? You can be on top and then bang, you're down in the dumps.
It's very difficult to judge sort of why it changes. We've got the same 11 players on there. Are they getting tireder, older?
Well, it's bad enough for us on the sidelines.
We're just not operating effectively enough in the second half. So that is typical, actually, of most of the games this year. We've had a good game. We've played some good football, but we haven't got the result. So we are where we are.
And I had a chat with Norman, our referee, at half-time, so I'm just going to cut away to that now. And it's been quite a first half, hasn't it, Norman? Very
competitive, good standards. Both teams trying to play football. One or two late challenges. Yellow card for the AS player. Bordering a red, but the reason he stayed on wasn't a red. I didn't think there was no intent at all. even though
Yeah.
it's caught them out very heavy.
Yeah, good judgment there, Norman. And it's 1-0 to AS, so we should
Yeah,
have
nice,
that.
nice work goal, good finish.
Yeah, it was. It's brilliant.
Both teams have had chances.
Yes.
Both keepers have made a couple of good saves.
Yeah, great. So we're looking forward to a very
Let's hope
competitive
we have more of it in the second
half. And the ground has held up well, hasn't it?
Pitch is as well as it's been for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice flat surface. Both teams trying to pass it along the floor, which is
Yes.
good football.
Oh,
And a good
it's-
standard. Good standard. I think the next goal's the big one. Next goal's
Yes,
the important one.
I think you're right, Norman. Yeah, so great stuff. So,
Let's hope for more of the same in the second half.
yeah, indeed. Yeah, so thanks very much, Norman.
Absolutely.
Yeah, cheers.
As me and Norman said at half time, the team that scores next will probably determine the outcome of the match. Solway getting that equaliser from
That's
a
right.
fantastic shot. It did change the match. And the first goal, got the first goal for your one. What a great move. It was just great. It was really good to see. And really, as a neutral, I enjoyed the match. I was talking to both teams and remarking how great they were playing. Not biased to anybody, Alan. Please be assured. But I couldn't help complimenting Steve on his players about, how well they turned it around.
Yeah, they did. Solway played well, and that tips them just above us in the table. Well, I know now that our present position is 10th, and there's no way back, so we'll be in the championship next half.
Well, next week represents their first round of matches, put it that way, before we split into two divisions. All to play for so many teams next week. Certainly Solway, I think New Covenant Church is another one. East Ham, unfortunately, played all their games, and I think they're probably going to be in the championship now. So there you go. I will say I gave Graham, our photographer, the day off, so there's no still photographs today. So moving on then, we've got team talk before the start of the matches next week, so don't forget that, guys, and we'll see you come along to that. Alan, I know I'm fishing for compliments, not for me personally, but for the league. And you're a real old stager, even more than me, I think, here. So you got some good moments from the league, or anything you want to say about the quality of the league, or way it could be improved even?
I think the league is a lot tougher this year. We had a good year last year. Finished second on points, but third on goal difference in the Premiership.
Yeah, right, yes.
And
You got that cup final as well, but
and we got to the
unfortunately,
cup final and lost in that.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of good teams in there now, and it's very difficult. You can't guarantee getting a result. Well, this year, Emmanuel and A&M are running away with it.
Well, City Gates are still in
Oh,
there.
they're still in there. Good lads.
Yeah, do talk to so many people every week. A number of teams saying how competitive things are.
Yeah.
Especially the new teams have come in. They come from a environment where it's probably one or two teams running away with everything. You can't really say that with our league.
Yes, this split, I was playing today as if it was the end of the season. This game meant everything to us. But of course there's another half. There's the championship now to play for.
Well,
I still think that's a good thing. And,
Well, I think so, because it keeps it competitive.
yeah.
So at least with that break, every game you're playing is more or less a similar standard as you, and that can make it competitive. So, in a sense, Alan, it does put you in the driver's seat a bit, really, because if you're playing like that every week in the championship, well, that all goes well, surely, for you. Yeah, with a couple of old sages here, we're just sort of ruminating about the affairs of the world. Oh, sorry, the affairs of this league, but we're getting there. Right, we're going to move on. We've got the quiz. If I remember rightly, Alan, last time you were the first one to get new points.
Now, I'm pleased to hear that. It implies that I wasn't the only one.
No, that's right. I think you set a trend.
Oh,
We did have a couple of more new points after that. So I'm hoping you're going to be at least un point.
Well, as long as you don't ask me who was the right back for Wycombe Wanderers in 1849. It's,
Oh, blimey. I won't ask you that one.
yeah.
Okay, so question A. Filbert Street was once home to which team? So was it A, Derby County, B, Blackburn Rovers, or C, Leicester City?
Leicester City!
Oh, right, okay.
I know that one.
That was fairly convincing, yes, you are right, yeah. Okay, well, that's a good start,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's a start. It's
Right.
better than last time.
Yeah.
I can go home now.
No, hang on, don't be too hasty.
All right.
Right, question B. The Goldstone ground was once home to which team? So, was it A, Southampton, B, Crawley FC, or C, Brighton and Hove?
Now, this has got to be a guess. Crawley.
Brighton and Hove. Yeah. Oh, bad luck. Bad luck.
Right.
You won't be getting the Marsville, unfortunately. Right. Okay. Question C is who am I? So I'm going to describe somebody, and you got to guess who am I. All right.
Right.
Right. Okay. I have won 2 back-to-back Premier League titles, but with different clubs. I have won the World Cup. I now play for Chelsea. Is it A, Olivier Giroud, B, N'Golo Kante, or C, Cesar Azpilicueta?
Yeah. 2 different clubs.
I have won 2 back-to-back Premier League titles, but with different clubs. I have won the World Cup. I now play for Chelsea.
I think I would have to go for the one you had difficulty pronouncing. Azpilicueta.
Are you going for him, or do you want me to read the other 2?
No.
We got Olivier Giroud
Yeah.
or N'Golo Kante.
Giroud.
No,
I thought it would be.
it's Kante.
It was Kante.
Yeah, he won it with Leicester, and then he.
That's what I couldn't remember.
Yeah, yeah. And Cesar let's get it right, Azpilicueta. He's Italian.
Okay.
Yeah,
1.
you got 1 out of the 3. So Alan, we're going to pick the team for next week. So what number have you got? Number 12.
12.
Yeah. Okay, so that will be Herc Rangers, and they are playing our friends from today, Solway. So I'll be contacting G-Day from Herc Rangers to organise an interview with somebody next week. I hope it's Mary, because Mary's the only lady manager that we've got. She was really good last year. We had a bit of a laugh with Mary. So the only thing we got left, Alan, is to say bye to the camera. But before that, I want to thank you for being my guest. So thanks very much.
Okay.
And let's say bye, folks.
Au revoir.
And we're going to cut. Cut.